data leaders. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome all of you on our today's session titled Career Guidance Session, being conducted on 19th December 2025 from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. This session is designed to guide students in choosing the right career and courses between data science, data analytics, and data engineering, three of the most in demand and future-focused career path in today's digital world. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Vijay Raul. I'm an academic coordinator at DLytica Nepal Private Limited. It's truly an honor to host these sessions and support you in making informed career decisions. So I will now share the prospect of our so let me give a brief introduction about DLytica Nepal Private Limited. DLytica Nepal Private Limited is an Canadian IT company working in the field of data, AI, and cloud management since 2018. Our head office is located in Canada, servicing as a center of excellence for our global operations. With an expanding international exposure, we operate through global office in Nepal, the United States, and Middle East, helping us to deliver innovative, reliable, and scalable technology solutions worldwide. In Nepal, our operations are based at Lalitpur, Balgumari, where our team derives innovation, quality, and client success. DLytica deliver enterprise-grade solution aligned with global standard and industry best practice. So moving forward, the objective of today's session, why this session is conducted, what is the main motto of conducting today's sessions, is understand data science, data analytics, and data engineering. Explore career scope, opportunity, and industry expectation. Learn essential skills and tools for the fresher and the professional. Guide you to choose the career path aligned with your interest. So this is the main objective. This is the main agenda of our today's sessions. Moving forward, moving forward, now it's my pleasure to welcome our CEO and the founder of DLytica Nepal Private Limited, Mr. Ashish Parajuli sir, and our industry expert in the field of data engineering, Mr. Subhan Singh Karki sir. Before we will start, I would like to invite both of you to introduce yourself briefly to our aspirant and participant. Ashish sir and Subhan sir, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Vijay, for introducing us quickly. It's good to see you, everyone. Looking forward to share our experiences today. All right, so welcome to this session, and looking forward to talk more.
Sure, sir. Subhan sir,
Hi,
over to
everybody.
you.
Good evening. Thank you, Vijay, for that introduction. Good evening to everybody who's joining from Nepal, and as it is, wherever you are joining from, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. Looking forward to today's session. So let's get this thing rolling.
All right. So thank you, Ashish sir and Subhan sir. Now, I, along with our academic coordinator, Samiksha Mudbari, will ask you some questions regarding your career journey, insight into the industry, IT domain, and advise our students aspiring to enter in the field of data and AI. Shall we, sir?
Yes, please go ahead, fire away.
So, Ashish sir and Subhan sir, on the behalf of entire data aspirant, I will ask my first questions. Please introduce your current role and share one project that you are particularly proud of, sir.
Suvan, you wanna go ahead? We must be proud of many projects, but it's very hard question though. Definitely.
Should I go first?
Sure,
Yeah,
sir,
for sure.
sure.
Okay. So like Vijay mentioned, I'm Subhan Singh Karki. Currently, I am associated with Definity Solutions here in Kathmandu, Nepal, and also for the past 9 months or so, I have also been associated with DLytica Academy as a data engineering tutor. As for my professional background, I'm a data professional out and out. I began my career, and I'm still working in the data domain for about more than 15 years. And I've worked across the whole data food chain. I've been the analyst, I've been the BI developer, I've been the database programmer, the database administrator, the data engineer, and as of now, I'm also building some AI flavored solutions on top of solid data foundations. As for domain expertise, I worked in retail, US healthcare, housing, car dealerships, marketing, insurance, and even education. Um, and yes, since I've worked for quite a long time, I've worked on with both worlds. I've worked on on-prem server racks where you can literally hear your cooling fans screaming at you, as well as with cloud platforms like Azure and AWS. When it comes to talking about a project that I'm really proud of, is was something um, that there are actually quite a lot of them, but if I had to pick one, would be the most recent one that we began about 3 years ago. So, and it was inspired by Sherpas that we have here in Nepal. They who do all the heavy lifting, and so the climbers have got it easy. It's easy for the climbers to climb Mount Everest. Imagine if there were no Sherpas around and you had to carry everything and even go to the Everest Base Camp. That would literally be impossible for about 80 to 90% of the population. So we were working on a product that was doing something similar concept. And when you're working with data, you have to move around a lot of data, and not any one of those formats or your entry and the endpoint can be similar. And what I found was that we were trying to do the same thing again and again. And so what I thought about was it would be cool to have a product where we create kind of like plugins, and the client would just come in and they would connect their source data and their destination data and everything else. The movement of the data would just happen by magic. Um, and it was basically like we code it once and that's done, and the client could just go ahead and we created kind of like a marketplace of connectors, data connectors, and the client would just come and say, oh, okay, I've got data on maybe um, Google Ads, and I want to pull that data out and throw it into maybe Azure, or I've got cloud on HubSpot, and I want to pull that data and push it out to AWS. And all they had to do was put in their credentials and then endpoints, and voila, their data would just move magically. So yeah, that's the project, the most recent project that I've been proud of.
Okay, thanks, sir.
So do you want me to go as well? Yeah, thank you, Suman.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So so just to let you know, I'm working as a founder and CEO at the moment, but definitely over the journey, like I've been involved into challenging projects since many years. But right now, I still don't stop myself from coding. Sometimes I jump in and do the code myself, and that makes me exciting. That makes me updated to the technology happening. So one of the interesting project to share the guys is sometime you have to step up from the day-to-day regular duties like on the box duties. So I was handling one of the customer uh, quite a while ago, so around in 2018 time. Like the duty was to simply build the data pipelines to customer. It was a telco. It was a really large telco, but the telco wanted to like build the data pipeline so they can make the data warehouse to put the visualizations and some AI use cases. They were using Cloudera, one of the big data platform that time, um, and that was um, quite expensive product. I got to know from somewhere that the product is so expensive that the license cost is so expensive, and got some hints that if we offer some alternative way around to do the same job using maybe open source technologies or um, try to have some kind of a parallel projects. I had a contact with some guys within the company and said, what if we can build something in parallel to so and that was, I mean, it was taking my overtime, like than the original time. Like I was anticipated to work um, 9 to 5, but that led me to work to extra hours like weekends or nights and so on. But like we did a parallel project, so that project was kind of project that helps to replace the cloud era. We were able to showcase same performance as data product, and as well as we're able to showcase that we can run without the expensive product as well. We can build a custom product. We can make it production ready. We can make it live. So we showcase them that, and customer was so happy, and we got to learn so many things. So that we didn't learn in last 3 years. So you can imagine that we learned that much within a month, like more than we learned the last 3 years. So my point of thing here is if we are doing same thing every day repetitive for 3 years or 5 years, it doesn't matter. You are not growing. So that knowledge I learned from the project, that you have to step up sometime and think out of the box and showcase something that makes like current job exciting, challenging, as well as that eventually is rewarding. And eventually this is where we are in Dlytica right now. One of the interesting product we have is is AI data platform called Data Nature. That is the reason we have the product now. So that is the journey when we started building the product, and I'm super proud of this.
Sure, definitely, sir, definitely.
Thanks, sir.
So now, my our next academic coordinator, Samiksha Mudvari, will ask you some few questions. Samiksha, ma'am, over to you.
Okay, so my question is, in simple terms, what does your role actually involve on a daily basis? How much time do you spend on coding, meetings, and debugging? And which tools do you use most often? And also, what is the boring but most important part of your job?
Nice question, by the way. Ashish sir, Subhan sir, over to you.
I think I'll take that, sir. I'll take the question, sorry.
Sure.
So, uh, a normal day, quite a lot of things. It's not going to be. I can't specifically say how much time you spend on coding, meeting, or debugging because at this point in time, sometimes the whole day goes by just coding. Sometimes the whole day just go by meeting. Sometimes the whole day just go by debugging. And sometimes you have to do all of these three together in that particular order as well. I would say I usually spend the biggest chunk coding using SQL and Python because when you're working with data, most of the work still comes down to get the data from somewhere, clean that data, and shape the data. Meetings are always going to be important because data without any context is just numbers and they don't make sense. And the people who make sense out of that data are going to be your stakeholders because they're going to have the context, they're going to have your assumptions and the definitions that will help you understand the data. And then finally, debugging is always going to be part of there, which is basically like playing Sherlock Holmes. Because you wake up tomorrow and then you're asking yourself, why are these numbers looking different than yesterday's? Or sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night asking who changed the source schema at 10 a.m. after the office shut down and didn't tell anyone. So that's just how it is. And tool-wise, I would say SQL has always been the constant. The day one that I entered into the workforce, till even like today, also I was doing data modeling using SQL, and Python has been. Python didn't used to wasn't there basically. I would say Python wasn't there when I started my professional career. I was basically writing Bash shell script to do all my pipeline to write my pipelines. Python has been well, it hasn't been recent, but I would say about 10 years or so. And then on top of that, we have your business intelligence tools like your Tableau, Power BI, and those kind of things. Because most of the work that you do with data are usually consumed by non-technical people or your C-suite executive people. And so your business intelligence tools play a big role on top of that. And then on top of that, you have your cloud tools that depend on the client. So sometimes you're working with Azure services, sometimes you're working with AWS and those kind of things. Uh, and that's about it. And when it comes to the boring part, well, that would definitely be like something that nobody posts on LinkedIn. Everybody would probably be talking about AI. AI has become so glamorous that everybody talks about AI, but nobody talks about the boring part, which is the data quality checks, the edge cases, documenting, like documentations, logging, monitoring, and basically making your pipelines idempotent and resilient. But as of now, everybody talks about AI and they have glamorized AI. But what people fail to understand is that what makes AI possible is correct data and consistent data. Yeah, so that's about it.
That's definitely, definitely. So, Asisa, would you like to share your opinion as well?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, in terms of day-to-day duties, majority of the time I spend on meetings for sure. But when I get a time, like I love to see about the things happening around. So some of the tools or the technologies our teams are exploring. Team can be facing some problems on or stock on the problems. So that triggers, especially the technical items, trigger my mind faster. I love to search on the Google what could be a better alternative for the tool if we are facing a problem. What could be the solution way forward, and how do we optimize it? So usually we in the company, if you have a platform as well as if you are building AI solutions for the customers or data warehousing solution for customers, there are quite often we get a challenges of the performance issues, and we always have to think about optimizing the tools we have, optimizing the solutions that we developed, and optimize the processes that we develop. And also sometime to make the project successful, um, um, we have to think about how can we offload some of the tasks. It's like that make me realize that um, so if you want to become successful, or you want to make the project successful, or if you want to become successful in life, it's all about taking small milestones, and sometimes you have to let go something, sometimes you have to deprioritize thing. You also should deprioritize the activities, some like not keeping a lot of backlog. I'll learn Python, like for example, I'll learn Python, I'll learn SQL, I'll learn these, that. If you start bombarding your to-do list by 5 to 10 items, um, like you don't want to like if you don't, like we don't succeed whole, you get demotivated and you don't keep moving. So rather try to deprioritize thing, have 1 or 2 items top priority item and focus on one thing, and slow progression is the better progression. I feel that's what I learn from my day-to-day and activities, you know. So in terms of the definitely I do also involve in sometime the talking to the customer to you know, share them or the product and services for sure. It's part of the helping them in the sales part. But in general, in the technical terms, I can say um, meetings and definitely exploring around the solutions of the product. How can we optimize the product enough to compete and catch up with the technologies around? And eventually, the goal of doing all that is to solve the customer problem. You know, so I'm talking in a perspective of the company who is consulting in nature, or product. We have a product in nature. So our objective is to make our customer happy enough, or customer satisfied enough, or customer, we help them to get the value out of data, or get the value out of AI. You know, like right now there is so much of noises around, so much of hype around of doing AI and AI. So customers are spending so much time on wasting their money in wrong platforms, wrong initiatives, wrong projects. So our objective is to, or my objective, day-to-day objective is to make sure that we like deliver the right product to the right customers in the right time.
All right, sir. So so moving forward, Suman sir and Ashish sir and everyone is present in the house. My questions is specifically to the Ashish sir and Suman sir. Nobody forget their first break in their own domain, right? So my question: so how did you get your first break into data and AI, sir? And what is your background at that point of time, sir? Ashish sir and Suman sir, over to you.
So let me take on that part maybe. It's one. Sure. So I think I remember the time, like I used to be an Android developer.
Okay.
Uh, like I have started my journey. I have done electronics and communication engineering by
All right.
background. When I was doing electronic communication engineering, the time that was quite challenging. You know, like there was no much job available in the market. There was no much you know, kind of career interest. Initially, it was so charming, but later down the line, when we started our career, when I was in first year or something like that, that time around there was something kind of a trend coming in. Oh, there is no job in electronics and communication. There is no, the only limited jobs were in telecom and electrical companies and so on. So and other, like those jobs were very limited and not rewarding, much rewarding as it has to be. And that was a time like when the data and AI or kind of software engineering, it was kind of booming, you know, software kind of thing. It was so booming. And mm, so I thought of uh, learning something by side, like side by side, like doing some kind of, by default, definitely I wouldn't learn projects and so on. So I know that we need some kind of a stepping point to learn. Interesting thing is one of my cousin um, got freelancing project from somewhere. He was my quite senior, like 1 or 2 years senior. He got the interesting project, and I thought of, like, though I know or I don't know, I wanted to be involved in. I contributed project by learning myself, like a little bit the way I can. I learned myself, contributed to the project. So involved with the customer, understood their requirement and so on. So that was one of my triggering point in my career. But slowly, to talk about data and AI, I was always interested in big data and things. Stop. I did elective on big data engineering at college, but in Nepal, I was studying in Nepal. I didn't get a chance to really work in business like companies because the no internship, no jobs were available that time. So there was hardly no any companies really working in big data. There were a few companies that were US healthcare kind of companies, but they had limited scope. They didn't used to hire students that time and so on. So that was quite challenging time. And I started my journey towards Android development. I did Android development for 1.5 years, and during the time, I brushed up myself in Hadoop and big data tools and technologies for almost throughout the almost 1.5 years. And side by side, I was always hunting for the job. I was doing some side projects. I was trying to brush up myself so I would not lose my track on the data. But side by side, I was doing the Android app, but I didn't want it to be weak on the Android app as well. But interestingly, I was able to grasp the wave and application domain. And when I brush up myself to the data engineering or big data, Hadoop and big data things, like Spark kind of a technology, um, that helped me, like it's not something I had to start from scratch. So if you have some kind of software background or application development background, it helped me to boost my career. And I got interestingly interviewed to one of the company. I gave the interview, and there was very hardly rare people in Nepal that they used to learn Hadoop at that time. Like I had installed my Hadoop in my own laptop, and I have my friend's laptop also installed the Hadoop. So we connected our two laptops as a master and worker, and that was quite interesting time. And like, I mean that was really, and I was able to share that experience to my interviewer, and he was impressed, and I got my journey. And that's how we started my data and AI career. But definitely that was the entry point. That only entry point was required. But once we enter in the system, I mean, system will take us. I mean, I didn't have to do anything, but definitely I was just doing my job. I was thinking out of the box sometime, like doing my job. But like I said, once I entered the system and the right track, then it is going as autopilot.
All right, sir. All right. Thank you, sir, for your experience, sharing your experience. Over to you, Suvan, sir.
Okay, so I see some of them have also started posting questions, so I'll also quickly cater to that question. But talking about my big break, it would be about 15 years ago, right about August of 2010. I had just completed my bachelor's and I was chilling at my home in Biratnagar. I had no aspirations to either study or work at that time. I had just finished my 4 years of bachelor and I just wanted to take a breath. At the meantime, all of my friends, they were here in Kathmandu. And so one of my friends called me up and he said, there used to be a company called G2 Hawkeye Services at that time. And they were about to start a cohort of, funnily speaking, they were about to start a cohort of interns. Or no, sorry, trainees. And so my friend called me up and I took the next day flight. Some of my friends were also applying and I applied there. It was Friday evening that I applied. Sunday morning I got a call, and Monday I joined the trainee program. Funnily enough, during my whole bachelor's that I studied, I was mostly spending my time in the computer lab rather than taking lessons in the regular classes. And all I was interested in, like, it blew my mind. So we had a computer lab with in a local network, and we had a server, and the server had Oracle 8i or 9i. I don't remember right now, but it had Oracle 8i or 9i installed, and the computer lab had about 30 to 40 machines, and each of those machines could send in records to that database and then get the record back. And, for me at that moment, I was like, how is this happening? And so I started learning Oracle by myself, and I got so deeply involved into Oracle database that that's the knowledge and that, you know, curiosity got me that trainee program in D2 services. And after 3 months of trainee program, I got hired there as associate database programmer. And since then, after that, I got better at SQL. I got better at automations, those kind of things. And that's basically how I got into the data program. As far as AI goes, that is something I picked up as a hobby. And suddenly, about a year ago, I guess, my CEO from my full-time job asked me, "Hey, we got a client who wants to add some AI flavor to this already project that we have." And I said, "Okay, cool. Let me have a look at it." And that was my first introduction to AI, basically. So I quickly try to answer this question that somebody has posted, saying that I'm an aspiring data analyst. We extract data, clean it, and build dashboards. But people often say we solve business problems. Could you explain what a business problem actually looks like in day-to-day work and how a data analyst output leads to real decisions or action? Okay, so simply, I'll try to keep it short. In the most simple terms, a business problem is basically a gap between what the business wants and what is happening, and basically where someone needs to decide what to do next. Okay, so it's not like saying a business problem is not like someone comes up to you and say, "Hey, I have a business problem." It sounds more like, "Hey, sales are down in Kathmandu," or "Customers are complaining in Biratnagar," or even like, "My boss wants these numbers by let's say 4 p.m." or something like that. The questions that you are listening right now, they are messy. They can be very, very emotional as well, and quite vague. But what's happening in the back end is that when somebody says the sales are down, figure out why. That's not an analytics question per se, but the business problem underneath could be like 10 different things. And so you start working your way back. Um, where is the sales going down, right? Is your overall sales going down, or is the sales going down in certain products? Is the sales going down in your website, or is the sales going down in your footfalls in store? Is the sales down compared to last month, or is the sales down compared to last quarter? Is it because of fewer customers, or is it because people are buying less items per basket, or is it because of price changes? And so you see how it connects, how the question was vague, and then you're turning this vague complaint into a set of measurable possibilities. And then when you as a data analyst come down to that particular answer, okay, so these are the reasons why the sales are going down. You then present it into a visual dashboard where your boss or manager or whoever has asked you can take a look at it and then say, oh, okay, so this is the reason why it's going down. And so to counter it, we have to do so and so and so. So yeah, that's basically what solving business problems means in a day-to-day scenario.
Okay, thank you, Subhan sir. Thank you, Asif sir, for this all the knowledge and solving the student query as well. And now moving forward, Asif sir and Subhan sir, our academic coordinator Samiksha ma'am will ask you another questions. So Samiksha ma'am, over to you.
Okay, if a student is confused, what three questions should they ask themselves to pick the right track? If someone hates math, can they still enter which track fits? If someone loves building systems and performance, where should they go? And if someone loves storytelling and business impact, where should they go?
Yeah, Ashish, you can go ahead and take that question.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that's interesting. It's definitely, I think question is great, and I saw someone is also asking the similar question in the chat. It's about math, calculus. You know, this is kind of a myth, I can say, or the I can say a noise in the market that math is the blocker, or math should be strong enough to be a data scientist, and so on, so blah blah blah. I mean, it doesn't matter at all. To be very much frank, to be very much like to share your experience, I used to really hate C when I was studying my first semester. That was kind of a challenging situation for me. But when like I said, when I got the freelancing project I talked about earlier, side by side, when I really see the HTML CSS showing the content that I was writing in the website form, that something triggers my mind. Oh yeah, this is the thing. And when I started writing JavaScript and so on, so I had to put the logic, and it was showing that logic in a dashboard form. So actual that triggers my mind, and that started getting my interest into the webs, like software development or data and AI stuffs, um, so this kind of things come in a side later. So first is all about getting the right track. So I think into getting into the track of the thing. So regarding choosing your career, which one you want to choose, don't try to put some barriers right now. Simply go with whatever you find. You find internship for data analyst, go for it. You find like internship or the trainings, anything for the engineering, science, whatever it is, go for it. Be in the system. Then, like, these kind of things are the add-ons, the maths, calculus, these storytelling kind of activities are the add-ons and top-ups. However, there are some few strong skills in individuals. Like, for example, some individuals can be good at communicating, good at like explaining things, so good at sharing their stories. And definitely these are a little bit like quite interesting features of data scientist or data analyst. However, it doesn't mean this skills is not needed for the data engineers. No, if you are a data engineer, if you are not able to express yourself, or if you're not able to share the stories that you're building, so it's very hard to communicate between the business stakeholders in the company. So you are not alone in this system. So you are working in a system. So always these skills are common in there. Even for data engineers, mathematics is important. Like, even for analysts, mathematics is important, because eventually you are playing around with the stats. Eventually you are playing around with the numbers. And like as Suman mentioned earlier, you have to be able to find out the answer to the questions, the business challenges, problems, or customer problems. Eventually, you have to be able to find out the answer to the questions, answers to the problem, solutions to the problem. So while you are finding a solution to a problem, that's where the numbers involved. That's where the mathematics is involved. And small or medium or complex kind of mathematics, or the number problem, is all about how deep is the problem, how your data is available, how your like problem is. So it depends. So definitely, like I said, what I'm trying to say here is be in the system first. Mathematics or the skills or and so on is just part of the top up. But like I said, again, I'm repeating, if you have the good communications, storytelling, and things like that, engineering or so data analytics or data science is one of the choice around. Or definitely, if you are good at like programming, software, you have like you're more keen into building the software, like you already have built websites, or you are interested in building things like that, then definitely engineering could be your choice. But however, like being an architect, sometimes if you want to step up your skill to the top level, the architectural level, then you have to have a blend of these all skills around. But definitely you should be strong in one of the one of the field. So I think I answered correctly. Or Suvan, you have any more thoughts on this? Or
Yes, Suvan sir would like to join on these questions.
No, that's quite right about it. I mean, um,
So your answer is quite similar to us, sir, right, sir?
yeah, it's quite similar. I mean, like I said, my journey into the data domain has taken me almost everywhere. Not to say that, um, because it kind of happens to you in your data domain. You're never actually purely working as a data analyst, purely working as a data engineer, purely working as a data scientist. There will be elements of each of those tracks that you will have to, at some point, at least experiment with or do it on your own. And it would just be a matter of, what project you're working on. If that project is very data science centric, then you'll be doing more data science stuff. If a project comes in that has got elements of data engineering, you're not going to say that, hey, I don't know, let somebody else do it. I mean, it's your project. You're the one who's going to have to do it. And yeah, so it's going to be a little bit tricky, and maybe in the beginning, but you'll get the hang of it, because the tool sets are not that different, meaning that, let's say, the backend is always going to be most probably Python.
I think
So
Asisa, your sound is little. There has been some
yeah,
little technical problem from. All right, sir.
yeah. So like I was saying, and it's not that bad. That if you might have confusion right now to pick where to start with, but if you're unsure, I would say you can start from data analyst, because that gives you a very good solid data foundations with SQL and Python and BI. And those three will I'm not going to leave you alone, no matter which track you pick up, and you can just keep getting better. And like, um, as you progress in your career ladder, you would be inclined to switch or, like, pursue a particular track.
All right, great, sir. Moving forward, Asisa and Subhan, sir. Nowadays AI word is so popular in the market. AI is so glorified and romanticized in the market. Everyone say AI. So what is my question is, sir, Asisa and Subhan, sir, what is real AI work in company actually look? Will you please explain my dilemma? Over to you, Asisa, first, and then simultaneously Subhan sir will join the discussions.
Sure. So, can you repeat that question again, sir? I was a little bit distracted in between.
Nowadays in the market, sir, AI is so glorified. AI is so romanticized. Everyone say AI. So, what is real AI work in the company actually look like, sir? So, please clarify this my dilemma.
Okay, sure. Yeah, this is interesting question. And I know world is really like pushing towards the AI things, and the investment towards the AI is too high. You see the Nvidia like company, their stocks are skyrocketing. Every companies are buying GPUs. Every company is literally every enterprise customers now, they are building data and AI department, chief data officers as roles, AI engineers and hiring roles. These things are booming. So why? I mean, to answer a question, what exactly is an AI? Like how business are leveraging the AI is uh, there are a lot of tryouts businesses have done to test AI to see if AI really works for them or not. But there are several use cases, but there are already proven use cases in businesses. For example, one of the popular use case these days is about simple the chat GPT or LLM at least help people to write email, right? At least help them to write documents, help them to write the articles. Or so basically these days in media industries, I see many articles are written with the help of AI. One of the interesting use case in the media industry, let's say one of the interesting use case in the banking sector that we're working with is the fraud detection is one of the use case. Let's say finding anomalies in the data is like, in a layman term, is just a statistical anomalies, right? Like finding anomalies or anonymous behavior or the unusual patterns in the data. That fraud can be modeled, and if the model find out on anomalies and it can detect the transaction is fraudulent, and it can alert the respective departments in banks so they can block the transactions or send text messages to your email. So you receive your email saying, hey, there should be suspicious activities happening on your account. So that could be one of the use case, but there are other use cases like product recommendations. So imagine, or let's say you could be definitely using Amazon website to buy some items, for example. If you look around, or if you see some e-commerce websites, these days they're sending you some product recommendations. Let's say if you buy one item in the item, you put in the cart, and some suggestions comes in the down saying, hey, people who have bought laptop, maybe if you are buying a laptop, like the recommendation comes in saying people who have bought laptop, they also have bought pen drive, for example. So, and then, so this kind of a thing. Also, telecoms, they are also definitely building the churn models so they can know when the customer could be like potentially churn. Customer segmentations, like segmenting the customers so based on their behavior. For example, for a bank, if they are able to segment the customers based on behavior, like low spender, medium spender, high spender, by looking into their merchant transactions. So let's say if you are going to the market and you are using your QR card to pay some bills, you could be buying some smaller items regularly, let's say buying the tea, coffee, like buying small snacks and then so on. So if you're doing smaller transactions, like regular transactions, you could be low spender but regular spender. So if you are doing a lot of high transactions, like or few high transactions, you could be high spender or low transaction like people, or it could be high transaction people. So let's say if you are buying the car, or if you are buying the expensive items using the QR, and you are doing maybe paying heavy items, so it depends. So basically what I'm trying to say here is the AI is utilized in segmenting the customers based on their behavior and activities, and sending them some product recommendations or sending them some product offers. um, so let's say bank have premium loans or premium kind of products, then the products will be offered to only those customers who are high spenders, for example, or high spenders, right? Or let's say there is a low spender customer, then it could be only low spending. Hello. Yeah, right. So there, I mean, I'm talking about a few use cases. There are many use cases in the industry right now that are already um, making impacts, that are already giving the usefulness in the businesses. So I could say I'm just naming few of them at the moment, but the common ones are, you definitely know these days, OpenAI, LLM models, or in general generative models are it's helping businesses to do a lot of cross-functional jobs within organizations, I would say. Yeah.
So all right. Subhan sir would like to join.
Yeah, no, I think Ashish just pretty much covered everything that was on my mind. We can move on to the next question.
So all right. So Samiksha ma'am would like to ask some questions to Ashish and Subhan sir.
Yes, okay, so this time I'm picking a question from chat box. So Soros Bhandariji has asked, tools keep changing in data analytics and other fields too. From a hiring and real world perspectives, what foundational skills should data analysts focus on to grow smoothly and stay relevant?
I think I've got a practical experience that will help you, that will work as an analogy to help you understand what I'm trying to answer over here. So, a couple of months back, during Dasha Tihar, I was back home in Biratnagar, and I was learning how to drive a car for the first time in my life. And so I took a class for about a week or so. I was driving around in a Maruti 800, the driving lessons car, uh, that car. And it took me about a couple of days to get a hang of it. And by the end of 1 week, I was driving in almost every street in Biratnagar perfectly. Cut to right after the first week of lessons finished, I took my brother-in-law's car for a spin, and that was a EV car, the Tata EV car. And what happened was that I was not able to drive the car for about 1.5 hours because it took me the hang. I mean, I took some time to get the hang of it, coming from a manual car to a automated EV car. But once I got the hang of it, I was back to driving that car as it is throughout the streets of Viratnagar. And that is exactly what I'm trying to explain over here when it comes to tools and technologies in the data domain. So let's say, for example, you are working in as a data analyst and you're working with business intelligence tool, and you might have expertise only with Power BI. Now suddenly you have a requirement, or you have switched your job and they work with only Tableau. Tableau and BI, they do the same stuff. The way they do it and the way you work with it, that's the only thing different. So you just have to understand where the knobs and gears are that will help you get your work done. That's about it. The fundamental concepts behind it don't really much change. It's just like, if you learn how to program in one code, will you not be able to program in another code? I mean, have your concepts they might have evolved. You learned programming from C and C++, and now you're probably working with JavaScript, Java, Python, .NET, and all those sorts of things. But the fundamentals that you learn when you were programming C and C++ haven't much changed. They might have evolved into higher concepts because of the complexity. And that is what actually happens in the data domain as well. You have multiple tools, but all of those tools, fundamentally, they do the same thing. Some tools do something better than the other, and you just have to learn to use the tool. That's the main key point of it. Learn how to use the tool, and that does not take a lot of time on your end. You could just go online and then, or even download the tool yourself to experiment with it and play around with it. And I'm pretty sure it wouldn't take much time if you have mastered your first tool. So let's say if you don't know how to work properly with Power BI, then moving on to Tableau wouldn't make sense. But if you have got complete mastery over Power BI, if you move on to Tableau or any other business intelligence tool for that matter, it would not it wouldn't take you more than a couple of hours to get used to it. The same goes for whether it be modeling tools, whether it be programming, whether it be orchestration tools, and so on.
All right, sir. Thank you. That's a great answer. So moving ahead, I would like to ask another questions to Asif sir and Subhan sir. Everyone, on the behalf of every new experiencer, there is a common misconception and there is a common dilemma among all aspirant. Every aspirant had two most common word: internship and training. So how does Dlytica internship, including training, work in practice, sir? Over to you, Asif sir, and simultaneously Subhan sir will join these questions. So how does Dlytica internship include the training work in practice? I repeat my questions again.
Okay, thank you. So I think I can give quite insight about why we started DLytica Academy. We are not the training center. We are not the training institute or the just the training company, So DLytica, I'm trying to give you background why we started. We had to get people to work on project to assign to the clients. Um, the option left was to either hire the people from outside, get them trained in the project, and get them ready and assigned to the client. So usually it used to take around 3 months to 6 months of time. Usually ramping up in data engineering and data science kind of project used to take a long time. So we thought of what if we get some few candidates from the market, those who are good enough, and we bring them to um, the project or alongside the senior engineers and train them so they would be ready to be assigned as soon as we need it, as soon as we need, right? So it doesn't have like we don't need to wait, or it doesn't have to be like hiring on ad hoc basis whenever we need it. So we thought of creating a pool of resources. We thought of starting the learning kind of a department. I mean, our existing engineers can train the new potential students or potential employees and train them. And if they are good enough, like if they are learning, I mean, we just look for learning attitude. I mean, it's not something usually company look for uh, uh, the learning attitude or the growth mindset that you have and the dedication that you are really putting into the career that you are serious about, that we look for. And the skills, then the tools, like earlier already Subhan mentioned that the tools that are thousands of tools, every day new tools are booming in the market, that every day new models are coming up in the market. I mean, we cannot catch up and we cannot learn every tools, every products, every companies are building, so many open source projects are coming, so many products are built by companies, so you cannot catch up all the tools for sure. But I mean, we are not dealing with all the tools. So our constant will be only the learning attitude, learning myself mindset, and teaching at least one or two foundational tool to solve a problem. So let's say for data engineering, ETL, one of the ETL tool could be Apache NiFi. It could be one of the ETL framework could be Spark, right? So this is how we started the journey. And usually the data, I mean, like I said, the data and AI resources are very hard to find the company. So there is a chicken and egg problem. It's like new resources cannot get entry point to the company, um, and companies cannot get the right candidate to work for the project. So this is not just the employees or the new job seekers problem. It's also employers problem. So we try to bridge the gap between these two, and DLytica Academy was formed so we can keep giving the exposure to the uh, aspiring data and AI candidates, that they get chance to learn with senior engineers alongside with the developers especially, and they get chance to learn with the senior engineers, and they also get chance with the tutor assistant, like the internship component. Uh, the tutor assistant help them throughout the project, throughout the course. If they are facing any problem, they can always contact in one-on-one basis, and they solve the problem. So that's the objective. So I think I answered a question. So usually this kind of internship is flexible and training oriented. However, the training will be not just a training, it's a like senior developers, like like internship or the tutor assistant assisted training that we will provide.
Lovely, love. So that's a great answer. Subhansu would like to join these questions.
No, it was better equipped to answer that question because it refers to Dlytica's internship, including training, work, and practice. So,
No worries,
is
no worries.
yeah.
No worries. So Samiksha ma'am would like to ask some questions to Ashish sir and Subhan sir.
Yes, Vijay. I believe this is one of the most important questions for companies or hiring managers. When reviewing a fresher's CV, what do you focus on in the first 30 seconds?
I think that's a great
Uh,
questions.
yeah. So let me take that one.
Sure.
And since you said that, what do you check in the first 30 seconds? I work in the data domain, and I'm purely hiring. I would purely be hiring people who work in the data domain. So it would be data analysts, data engineer, data scientist, and so there is so much. So in the last one sentence, I've used the word data so many times. That is what I look for in the resume. I want to see data. I don't want to see keywords. I don't want to see a list of tools and technologies they have worked with. What I want to see is that you built a project. You have your repository in GitHub, or you may have your dashboards up on public websites, or you could even have a short demo. You built something using something. It could be Python, it could be a total ETL, orchestrated ETL job, or a modeling in dbt or anything. And I also want to see results in numbers. So what numbers did you achieve, or what exactly was the output? So basically, I want a resume that quantifies that you know how to use the tool, you know how to properly use the tool, not just like printing or doing things like that. The tools that you are that you have learned have got their own expertise, right? So what I want to know is, do you know how to use the tool correctly, and what did you make out of it? And the first 30 seconds, I scan for that. Otherwise, if it's just a list of certifications and skills, and you haven't exactly applied it in practical, and you have nothing to show for, I'm not going to entertain that CV, basically.
All right, so that's a great answer. So, Asad sir, my question is specifically to you. What about myself personally? I'm a management student. From non-IT background, and I'm also in my early 20s. So, I'm kind of fresher and non-IT background. So, my dilemma is that can a fresher and non-IT background student enter in the data and AI field, sir? This
Okay,
question is
that's
just bugging in my head since long period of time, so it will be very easier for me, for aspirant like me who is from non-IT background, who's aspire to want to work in the field of data and AI, sir.
gotcha. Yeah, I think this is a common question many students or many AI data and AI enthusiasts used to ask us. So, like I said earlier, right? Example, I myself is from electronics and communication background, right? So I'm not the software guy. I'm not the data and AI guy. Like I didn't do bachelor's in data analytics, bachelor's in data science, or bachelor's in computer engineering, or CSIT kind of thing, right? Like I'm from the quite diverse background, though it was somehow related to the engineering, but it is engineering, but it's not it's not the domain that you are in impact. It's about uh, what you are looking for. I mean, what you are aiming for. So if you're aiming for to be a data engineer or data science or data analyst, or you want to be really groom yourself in the AI field, it's just matter of like directing yourself. So I have seen many people that they think like, or they want to become AI engineer or data engineer or data scientist, but they are doing they are not right really like taking the kind of a track, so at least if you get into web development, app development, kind of a maybe even if it's just simple WordPress development, whatnot. Like if I mean, though if it's not rewarding much, so people think about like people think about shortcuts and try to earn money, or try to think about if I don't get AI job, I don't want to touch any web and app and so on. So I don't want to do. So you usually keep your boundary sometimes. So like I said, just try to get into directions, like at least data and AI direction. So maybe at least if you start building something into IT, if you start at least engage yourself into programming and things like that, whatnot, like that take you to the right direction. Rather, you just seek for money or seek for some shortcuts and things like that. And if you choose, become, hey, okay, until I find data and AI job, I'm already working as a customer service, for example. I'm working as a marketing department. I'm doing digital marketing, whatnot. Like if you are just distracting yourself towards the different direction, it doesn't bring you to your goal. So my point is always try to push yourself towards the right direction, towards the programming, towards the software, towards the freelancing projects, towards the contribution as a volunteer to some NGOs or INGOs. At least get involved into the events that's happening around, like maybe a boot camp, a 1 day, 2 day workshops. So if you at least direct yourself toward that direction, then it really take you to your goal. So um, so my conclusion is in that part. Um, so focusing and like focusing yourself into the right career, the domain and so on doesn't really matter at all. So I've
Thank you
seen.
so much.
especially one more statement I want to say that I have seen many practice like in Canada and US that the masters usually can be done by any non or any background people. It shouldn't be IT people here. Like so the culture here is that the doctors, like the somebody who did MBBS, doing masters in computer science and working as an data scientist in IBM right now. I heard my friend that he was doing so. So somebody was doing chartered accountancy and did his bachelor's, sorry, did finish his chartered accountancy and was doing CPA, but he was so bored and he did like data science. He ramped up himself in data science because he was good at finance and he mixed up with the tools and technology and science tools and he become great data scientist now. So
All right, sir.
yeah, I mean that the concept is like I said, doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. This question was literally bugging in my head since long period of time. So thank you for solving my dilemma. So Samiksha ma'am, we would like to ask some question to our Subhan sir and Assis sir. Please, over to you.
Oh, I also have one question.
Hello, Samiksha ma'am.
Bro, sir, there is my one question, sir. Then you can ask, okay? Like sir, for example, people say that degree does not matter in.
Samiksha ma'am, over to you. Please continue.
I think somebody was trying to ask question. I think let
I
them.
think there has been some technical problems.
I think okay.
Okay, so my next question is, what is the career roadmap for data analytics, data science, data engineering, and AI in 2026?
Over to you, Assis sir or Subhan sir, who want to take these questions.
So just like how we all see and we keep on seeing how tech evolves. There has been certain evolution when it comes to career roadmap in data domain, but the evolution has not changed the foundation. The foundation is still the same. Your SQL, your data modeling, your Python fundamentals, they are still going to be there. They are still there. They're not going anywhere anytime, any soon. But something has been added, and that's all because of AI. And so AI literacy is kind of becoming your baseline expectation to the point that even in emerging markets, not emerging markets, the leading markets, so like outside of Silicon Valley. So I was just having a conversation with my project managers yesterday late night, and they were telling me that they are based out of Utah, which is the second city after Silicon Valley in US. And even in those kind of places, they are having a hard time finding people who can work with data at scale and build intelligent systems on top of it. And for that particular mix, what you basically need is a good foundation in SQL, data modeling, and Python, and be literate, AI literate, basically. And so the practical roadmap is going to be start with SQL. You'll be able to handle core data, and then after that, go into specialization. So if you're going for analysts, go deeper into BI and decision making. If you're going for engineering, go deeper into pipelines, orchestration, and cloud. For scientists, it will be going deeper into when you start, you won't have to, but there will come a time where you'll have to dive deeper into statistics, machine learning, and evaluation, and then overall your AI roles, AI focused roles would go deeper into integration of your models on top of your data and making better and scalable intelligent systems. So yeah, to end the motto or the tagline for 2026 would basically be not to just learn the tools, but to be able to ship outcomes using those tools and then explain the trade-offs for whatever systems you are building, basically. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And one more thing, which I feel sorely lacking in most of the tech professionals here in Nepal, is communication. That is going to be key, especially if you're going to work with people outside of Nepal. So if you're working within, even if you're working within Nepal, if you can't communicate your ideas, your thought process, uh, you are not going to be able to climb up your career ladder. So please always try to keep up and work on your communication skill set as well. That's like a core skill set for IT professionals, especially for data, because you look at the data, you understand what the data is telling you. Now you need to explain it to somebody who does not, like, who knows jack shit about data, and you got to be able to explain them, and that only comes, with proper communication skills. So yeah, add that one to your career roadmap as well, and it's gonna do you big favors later on.
All right, so lovely. That's a great answer. So moving forward, Asisa and Subhan sir, I would like to ask my another query. So mistakes are very common in our life, especially as a beginner, as a fresher. Mistakes are very common. We are not AI, we are not machines. We are young individuals who is aspiring to work in the data. So mistakes are very common. So my question is that what common mistake do beginner make usually, and how can they can avoid them? You can share your own experience as well in your initial days in the market, in the IT domain. So what are the mistakes that you have done in your life, so it will be beneficial for the fresher, for the beginner, so that they won't repeat such mistakes and error in their life, sir. Asif sir, would you like to take this?
Lot mistakes. Mistake is important. Mistakes is important. The more mistake you do, the faster you grow. If you don't do any mistake, if you're afraid of it, you are not growing. That's simple. So from my career journey, there was one time, like I was learning the AWS. I was handling the client account. I was deploying the data platform, and I had to make the service accessible to outside world. I was quite new to the networking and kind of a concept in the AWS, the managing the subnets and the networking and the rules and so on. So the time I accidentally opened all the ports. I was testing something because something was not working, and I opened all the ports, making all accessible outside, and I was just testing it and doing hit and trial here and there. The hacker got the access of the system, and all data wiped off from the production server. And the hacker just written some notes in the message saying that if you want my data back, send me 1 Bitcoin. Oh God, where should I bring the 1 Bitcoin from? And tomorrow morning when I go to the meeting, like the room, my boss was fired. Boss was super angry, and all team were angry. The boss handled so well that the boss called all the people around, but he knew that I did the mistake, but he called all the people around and said that somebody did wrong, did networking mistakes, and we got all our data wiped up away from us. At least, thank God, we have done encryption on the password, encryption on the cards, and so on, the important PII information. At least we had done the encryption, masking on it, and we are safe on that side. But this is a big disaster. So somebody did it. Next time, please do it safely. So that triggers me myself to learn more about the networking and the security and the firewalls kind of a thing. Like if I don't do the if I haven't done the mistake, I wouldn't like so I wouldn't like able to learn the more into networking, and it would not trigger myself to learn more. So sometimes you have to do step up yourself, and maybe don't worry about doing the mistake, but definitely you have to be safe enough what you're doing. It should be calculative, but sometimes you cannot calculate while you are learning. But in terms of like your question, the mistakes this is about the general mistake. But in career track, if you talk about the mistakes in career track, the mistake is not appearing early into the track. Like if you like the one of the mistake that I are one of the thing I if I have to flash back to the time is if I was engaged more into programming or the hackathon kind of activities, the events, I could get into track faster. Um, that was one of my things if I look back. But I would suggest that's why I would suggest other team members, if you are grooming yourself, don't miss out anything happening around your cities. Like at least get the networking. And one important key aspect of the career, or especially in the business itself, as well as is networking. The right networking is important. The more you build a networking of good people around, so you will be directed towards the right career. That's what I want to say. Do the right
So
networking.
So lovely. I got that answer, and that's a great answer. And I want to resolve some student query as soon as possible with Asisa and Subhan sir. So some student has asked me, what are the main skills and tools that recruiter look for when hiring a beginner or intern to join their team, and what type of project make a beginner stand out during internship selection? Do recruiter prefer that in one tools or basic knowledge of many tools, sir? Cause definitely sir, selling any individuals in the market is very difficult task. So many students have this dilemma. So what are the main skills and tools that recruiter look for when the hiring a beginner, sir, or intern to join their team, sir? Subhan sir would like to take these questions.
To answer tools and skill sets, right? So what I would like to say is the tools really don't matter because, like I said, it's like in medicine, uh, if you have got fever, there's not just one medicine in the market that cures fever. There are tons of medicines. Now, what medicine does the doctor give you is based on your symptoms, right? So in our data domain as well, there isn't one tool to solve all problems. There are multiple tools, and based on the scenario, you're supposed to make use of the tool. When it comes to if you're a fresher, what I would suggest is that again, total mastery of the tool. Like a simple question to all: the programming language that you're most confident on. Have you have you explored the use cases of that programming language? And I ask you why I ask you that way is the way, let's say this, for example, .NET. .NET, the way .NET is used for application development, the way .NET is used for web development, the way .NET is used for ETL, the way .NET is used for mobile applications, and so on and so forth, they're not the same, right? So you have to pick the tool or the technology that you are interested in and have complete mastery over it. Go total in depth in that particular tool, and then what you can do is, if somebody asks you for another tool, you already have the underlying concepts, the use cases. It's just about then translating it. If you know a sentence in Word, a sentence in English, you just have to translate that into another language, basically. That's all there is to about, this dilemma with there are lots of tools, there are lots of skill sets and those kind of things. That is about the tools. Now, when it comes to skill set, that becomes more of a domain specific as well as your track specific. So if you are into data analysis, we already covered. If you're into data analysts, you must be able to look at the data and then be able to communicate what the data is telling you. What you see when you look at the data, you should be able to communicate the same thing to your stakeholders. If you're into data engineering, that's not your main concern. Your concern is building things, be it pipelines, be it internal tools and those kind of things, and be able to fix it, be able to make it resilient, idempotent, those kind of things. If you're into data scientists, you must have the most curious mind, you know, it's not like it's like you spot something in the data and then you're like, oh, I can make use of this, or oh, yeah, there is some use case to this kind of data, or the opposite to that also. Like there is no use case of this data. That this data is useless. those kind of things. So there are two things over here. First is complete and total mastery of one tool or one technique and technology, and then there is your domain specific and track specific skill set that comes with time. I would say nobody is perfect. Nobody gets all the knowledge from the moment of the mother. That is something you learn and keep on learning. As I still call myself student of my trade. Even after 15 years, I haven't stopped learning. There are always tools and technologies that I explore and research and learn. And the best way to do about it is, which we most often don't do it, is we let's say you're learning Python. You're learning Python by doing your examples and all of those things. You're not really making anything new out of it. And the best way to learn anything, any tool and skill set and be a master of it is you learn something and then you make something out of it for your own purposes. That's the most easiest route you could probably take.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. A great answer, by the way. So, my another question is specifically to Ashish, sir. So, you have been in the foreign land since many years, since a long period of time. So, this is a question for especially for the foreign land. So, what is the scope of data science in the USA, and how can one got it after doing bachelor in Nepal, sir? And how hard it is for the entry level, sir? So, you have been working in the international market since long period of time. You yourself residing in the foreign land since many years. So I think you are the right candidate, right individuals to answer this question. So would like to take this?
Yeah, for sure, Vijay. So a very tricky question and very challenging, and I have been facing or I have been in touch with many peoples here in Canada and USA who are seeking to grow their career in data and AI. Or also, I've been contacted by a few people that they are planning to come to Canada or they are planning to come to USA. One of the key thing is if you haven't been to Canada or USA yet, if you're just planning for it, if you are just preparing for it or lodging the visa and so on, guys, at least do the training, at least learn or get exposure of, maybe happy to ask employer, some companies, I'm okay to do for free. I don't want any money or anything. Do your diligence to learn something, enter to the company. Don't make some barriers and asking for money, and then so on. So maybe some companies just, even if you get the like opportunity to, you should be smart enough to gain exposure. If you just don't do anything for 6 months, and in technology, it will really put you back, so that's first thing. Second, if you are here in Canada and USA, I see many people, it's definitely challenging to get an entry, like the job to the like entry to the job, even though they have some experience back in home. But imagine somebody who doesn't have experience at all or haven't learned something. It's really challenging because first of all, the people who are coming from Nepal or coming from the India or Bangladesh, those kind of country, those people are coming here. First of all, they are either students or if they are professional. Let me first tackle the student segment. Student segment, they come here. They have to do they have to go to college. They have to do struggling jobs, and they have no time left to learn something, to dedicate something. Like I said, at least, okay, I'm okay to do the job. Give me the job. And the employer asks, are you able to commit the time? No, 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 because I have my job, I have my part time. I can only be available for 1 day or 2 day a week or a couple of hours a day. And employer doesn't like it. Employer wants someone who is stable. Who, if company is hiring someone, they want to train them because they need to train, they need to invest it. If we are investing into the employee, we want them to stay. We want them to at least contribute something, so it helps. So that is one of the blocker. The second blocker, second segment I talked about is the professionals. Let's say they already have experience back home and they do graduate here. Okay, they got some job vacancies. They apply for it. So usually it's all the second thing is our networking. So here referrals really work. If some friends coming, like some friend working in a company, if they refer to you or somebody, it's very easy to enter than the someone who have never been into touch with any people inside. That's first thing. Second is about resume, is like selling yourself. Resume is the first entry point. If you are not selected in the first round by recruiter, that's that's the worst. So try to have the, usually in this, it's like a sales, you are selling yourself. In a sales process, there is a funnel. The more you push into the funnel, there is a high chance that the output will be higher. The less you enter to the funnel, the less will be the output. So the funnel should be high enough. Having said that, the more you are able to pass the, at least intro, like the recruiter stage, the technical round is something that you definitely need to tackle. But the first is about writing your resume in such a way that, as Subhan mentioned earlier, try to put some stories in, and how did you do the project? What did you do? How did you help the businesses? Just don't write simply keywords and list of tools and things like that. Try to have some meaningful experience. At least you have done one project. Maybe it's college project. Maybe it's your paid project. Maybe your like internship project, could be anything. Just put into your resume, try to make it bold enough that you did that project proudly and you involved it, you learned something new. I mean, you have to put into that like projects and experiences section, and try to put the GitHub link. Even sometime maybe try to put some interesting project demo video links in the resumes. You have done some, maybe you have done some interesting projects in the past. You might have recorded, put the links in the resume. That makes your resume stand out, and at least a recruiter may pass on. And maybe even, as somebody asked earlier, what do you look for a few seconds of the resume? So we don't spend much time in scanning the resume. Usually we have no time. We have got around hundreds of resumes in a day. So employer doesn't have much time to look over each resume, read line by line. We just look for a quick snippet. uh, have they done any projects in the past? Have they worked in similar field in the past or not? Have they done any, do they have any experience in the similar tools in the past? So we just look for a few things. If it's there, then we look for a little bit more. We scanned one level and shortlist it and then do next level of due diligence. But scanning is really fast. So maybe you'll get just 5 seconds. That, not 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds. I think average is 5 seconds to scan the resume. I think yeah, I'll be able to answer the question, but like to in general, to get the like entry point in US and Canada, um, brush up yourself from today. If you're already in Canada and USA, try to get the networking, try to connect with the community, like community people, like those who already been working in some companies. Try to get their reference. And even if you get opportunity to work somewhere as an internship or contribute as a volunteer, put in your resume. Not, don't put the blank, and just fill the gap as much as possible in your resume, so that you they see like you are working, and recruiter at least see that you have been working in the job. You are not like stable. And usually, we understand that if you have a gap, you have a technical gap. If you have a time gap, then you have a technical gap. It means you are 6 months lagging in the technology. It means you are 1 year lagging in the technology. Well, there are a lot of things happening in the market right now. Now, every day the things are changing. Every day new tools are coming. So you should showcase that you are growing every day and you are ready to grow, and showcase in your sales blueprint. Your catalog is your resume.
So thank you, sir. I got your answer, and that's a great answer, by the way. So I want to inform Ashish sir and everyone present in the house. We have other segment as well in the sessions, and we already consume good an hour time in this segment. So, and I want to inform each and every individuals present in the house that all the question answer session will be conducted in the last of the last segment. And I want to thank you, thank Ashish sir and Suman sir from bottom of our heart for your invaluable knowledge, experience. It's been truly an honor to talking with you from my side and from the entire as a data experience side. So now we will continue other segment of this session, sir, and we're gonna wrap this session. It's been an honor talking with you, sir.
Thank you, Vijay.
Yes. Thank you,
Thank you,
Vijay.
everyone.
So moving forward, so now I would like to welcome our technical leader, Mr. Sudip Shrestha. Sudip Shrestha has been working with us since long period of time. Now he will share his experience. He will share his knowledge about the technical teams, about technical technology. Sudip sir, will you please introduce yourself to every aspirant? Over to you, Sudip sir.
Yeah, thank you, BJ, for the intro. Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing, sir.
Okay, so thank you for the introduction. Yeah, I'll again introduce myself, right? So, hello everyone, I'm Sudip Shrestha, and I'm working as a senior data engineer here at DLytica. So, I have been engaged in data field for like more than 3 years, and I started my journey in the data and AI field uh, in 2021, right? And so I have been building this on-prem solution called Data Nature here at Dlytica. So yeah, it's been a quite good journey for for me to learn and architect the things. So let's not take deep dive into my uh, things. So let's start with today's topic. So we have two topics to be discussed from my side, right? So first, how to start into data engineering, and what are the tools that needs to be explored to start data engineering. So yeah, can you switch the slide, BJ?
So shall I stop my sharing, sir?
No, you can share your screen, please.
I'm s- I'm sharing my screen, sir. I
Ah,
think
okay,
you have to share your screen, sir.
okay. Give me a minute.
Sure, sir, sure. Please take your time. And I want to inform everyone in the present in the house that all the question and answer session is will be conducted in the last segment of this sessions. So please bear with me for good some minutes, and I'll promise you we will solve all your questions, all your dilemma, all your confusions at the last segment of this session. Sir. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll be discussing about how to get into data engineering, right? So if you are a fresher, right? So there are lots of platforms, there are lots of clouds where we can start the data engineering, right? So let me just quickly share my screen.
Sure, sir.
So yeah, we have different clouds, right? We got Azure, we got different. Okay, not this one.
Sudip sir, is there any technical error from your side?
Yeah, is my screen visible?
Just a minute.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, sir. We're
So okay. So before we go into data engineering section, so obviously you need to have a basic knowledge about Python and SQL, because all data engineering is all about Python and SQL at first. So you need to have a basic knowledge of Python and SQL, and obviously we can design any pipelines using SQL or any Python, right? So you need to have a basic concepts of Python and SQL, obviously, and you need to have a concept of data pipeline. So what data pipeline is? So what we do in the data pipeline actually. So simply it's all about the data, right? So data, we got different sources of data. So it may be on the APIs, it may be on the web, or it may be on some sources like databases provided by Oracle, PostgreSQL, or any flat files like CSVs, Excels, and any other files, right? So what we basically do is we just integrate it to our system. We just pull that data, pull the data from the sources and put it into a system, put it into our system. So that's what simply data pipeline do. So while doing this, so we need to make data really clean, right? So we add a section called transformation on the stage, where after doing the data extraction from the source. So simply the diagram that you are seeing here simply defines the ETL process. So which means a classical ETL pipeline that has been implementing since 90s, right? And this has been implemented for more than like 90s, so it is kind of classical. And the latest pipeline that we currently build is called ELT, right? So these are the two pipelines actually. So you have one ETL and another is ELT. So you need to have a basic knowledge of what this pipeline is referring to. So simply ETL is meant for meant for like uh, typical sources that have some structure in it. But for the ELT, so it's the modern data pipeline architecture that is meant for data lake houses. So you need to have basic concepts of how these pipelines work, and then you can start into using the tools that is available on the internet. So the tools that I'm going to tell you is all uh, on the cloud. So you have got Azure, you have got AWS, you have got Informatica, and some Kafka things, right? So what you can do is, so if you are a beginner or just a student, what you can do is you can apply for Azure for students, right? You'll get $100 credit. And for the AWS, you don't need a student card or anything. You can simply just log in as a trial user. So it gives you 100 to 200 credits, and you can simply learn the pipeline things on the cloud. So the pipeline things, it's open. You can watch YouTube. You can even watch any videos that is widely open on any social media sites. So the things to learn for the data engineering or any other roles, it's quite open. You just need a simple alignment. So for that, so from my past experience, when I was a student, I used Azure for Students, where I learned about the pipeline on Azure, right? There's a platform inside Azure called Data Factory and Synapse, where you can build data pipelines. So if you are a student and you have a student card, you can apply for Azure. And if you are still a student and not a student, then you can even apply at AWS, and you can get a trials, right? $100, I think, 100 to $200, and you can build um, any data pipelines via any YouTube tutorials or any solutions, right? And the other ETL tool that is mostly used on different organization on the on-premise solution is Informatica, right? You can just simply sign up over there, and you can get a data integration section over there where you can build a ETL pipeline. So the videos is all out on the internet. You can simply watch it and build a basic pipeline, and what how the pipeline works and what is the flow of pipeline. So what the extraction means, and what the transformation means, and what the load means. So simply you can test it around using any cloud solutions. And you have Databricks and you have Snowflake. So every thing every these platforms are open, and you don't need any money, or you don't need any financial thing to just explore it, right? So these are free. It provides you a trial, and you can try it on your own self, right? So this where you can start from the cloud section. So if you are looking for the on premise, let's say you want to explore it on through your own laptop, right? So what you can do is there are lots of open source solution. So the most of the basic data engineering tools is NiFi. So it's a Apache NiFi. It's open source. Yeah, you can download it on any Windows, Mac, or any OS that you have, and you can simply try it. And we have another thing called Airflow. It's the most popular orchestrator. I mean, it's the most popular automating thing. So it's like maybe you have heard of cron, or maybe you have heard of term called scheduling. So it is used for scheduling the data pipelines. So it's also open source. You can download it on your own laptop or in your own PC. And for deploying this thing, so what you can do is you can since all of you guys have laptop, right? So you can simply just download Docker desktop. So there's a thing called Docker desktop application. You can simply download it on your laptop, and after downloading the Docker desktop, you can install Airflow NiFi in it and try some data integration using NiFi. So NiFi, it's a drag and drop things, like a tool where you can build your both ETL and ELT pipeline, and you can use PostgreSQL, right? You can use other tools like Minayo, or Minayo is popular for like S3, which is alternative of Amazon S3, or any object storage, right? So you could explore these tools, and you can simply download it and try it on your own self. And you can even build some projects using these tools also. So let me give you some examples of how to create a simple projects, right? Before you get into any job. So when I was a beginner, so I was like confused what to start. So I talked to one data professional. He said me to do a web scraping, right? So what I thought of was, okay, I did the web scraping. I did a web scraping from Amazon, right? So, but how do I use that data to make it more visible to a project, right? So what I did was I scraped data from uh, Nepal Stock Exchange, right? Just scraping using Python. And what I did was I automated that scraping every 2 minutes using Airflow. So that makes a kind of real time over here. And what I did was the data that I scraped, I use a simple dashboarding uh, Python package, and uh, I just simply sent it to the UI. I just populated them in the UI with the interval of 2 minutes using Airflow. So here the project core component was just Airflow. So simply you can build any other projects like this, and you can even download the Kafka, right? We have Apache Kafka, the open source Apache Kafka. You can simply download it, right? And you can build a real-time pipeline. So we have in data engineering, we got two pipelines basically. So we have a hot pipeline, which is called real-time pipelines, and a cold pipeline, which is called batch, right? So batch pipeline, so the system is generating the data, and we simply load the data for t-1 or certain range of time, so which is called batch. So we don't pull it out once, we don't pull it instantly, we pull it after some time or some ranges of time. That's why it's called batch. And for the real time, so we pull it out once the system generates data. So some use cases of batch pipelines could be, so let's say you want to pull data from any organization that stores data, let's say the e-commerce website. So e-commerce website, we can build two types of pipeline over there. So one pipeline could be the customer engagement, or let's say mm, customer information or customer orders, right, in a batch, where we can build a real-time pipeline by, let's say, how we can build a real-time pipeline in that scenario is, let's say, when a customer places order, right, when a customer places order, we immediately send it to the system. So that's where you can build a real-time pipeline. So let's say some customer in the real time, let's say he placed the order, right? So once he placed the order, we notify the backend or notify the employee, some staff regarding that. So okay, that this things has been initiated, you need to act urgent. So this type of thing, that we I just discussed, could be go into the real pipeline. So basically, what I meant is we have two pipelines on the data engineering. One is cold pipeline and one is hot pipeline. So you can do this stuff all on your own, using this Docker desktop and these components that I have shown you. So just you can explore it on your own, or we even have Dlytica Academy here, where you could even get this insight by our industry professional tutors. So you can even get to know more about how these things are being used on real projects through the academy section also. Yeah, I think that's it from my side. Thank you. So if you have any questions regarding data engineering, it's open.
All right, sir. So the session has been done from your side, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this. You're sharing your experience and for sharing your technical knowledge. So moving forward, I would like to give a brief introduction about DLytica Academy. Everyone present in the house have some dilemma. What is actually DLytica Nepal Private Limited? What is DLytica stands for? So I will try to solve give the company overview for a few minutes. So please bear with me. DLytica Nepal is a leading big data and AI company with over 7 years of experience servicing clients across Canada, Nepal, and Middle East with more than 200 clients, 100 plus successful projects, and high-tech team, over 150 professionals. DLytica help business harness and manage data to make smarter business decisions and derive operation excellence. Dear aspirant and everyone present in the house, our expertise span government, banking, telecom, healthcare, insurance, and airline. Key services include consulting, managing services, product, training and support, delivered through proven models and global partnership with AWS, Microsoft, and Ansel. So that is the brief introduction about DLytica company, DLytica overview. That's a company overview. Now, I would like to welcome in the panel our academic coordinator, Samiksha Mudvari, to tell everyone present in the house, all the aspirant, about the DLytica Academy and the key courses that we offer. Samiksha ma'am, over to you to explain all the courses that we offer and to tell what is DLytica Academy for. Even though we are an IT company, but why is Academy has been started in IT company? Over to you, Samiksha ma'am.
Thank you so much, Vijay. So talking about DLytica Academy, we focused on hands-on learning through industry-grade projects. We serve both enterprise and individual talent development needs, and we help in building scalable, job-ready professionals for the AI-driven future. So at Dlytica Academy, we strongly believe that real learning happens when you practice what you learn. Instead of focusing only on theoretical concepts, our approach is centered on hands-on practical learning. You will work on real world data and AI projects that closely resemble the tasks and challenges professionals face in actual industry roles. This ensures that you don't just understand concepts in theory but also know how to apply them effectively in real situations. So, our programs are designed to help you become industry ready from the basics to advanced topics. We guide you step by step using practical examples, real data sets, and modern tools used by professionals today. Whether you are a student or working professional looking to upskill or part of an organization training its workforce, our structured learning approach supports your growth at every stage. So, by the end of the program, you will have built a strong foundation through hands on experience, completed meaningful projects, and gained the confidence to work independently. You will also be equipped with job ready skills, a practical mindset, and the ability to adapt to new technologies, preparing you to succeed and grow in the fast evolving AI driven future. And let's talk about the key courses that we offer. So talking about the key courses that we offer, we have data analytics, data science, and data engineering. So talking about data analytics, our data analytics course helps you learn how to turn raw data into meaningful insights. You will understand how to collect, clean, analyze, and visualize data so that it can be easily understood by decision makers. And talking about data science, the data science course prepares you for one of the most in demand and rewarding careers in the industry. You will learn how to work with large data sets, build predictive models, and solve complex problems using data. This role has consistently been ranked as a top job due to its high demand, strong salary packages, and high job satisfaction. And last is data engineering. Our data engineering course trains you to become the backbone of data systems. You will learn how to design, build, and manage data pipelines that store, process, and move data efficiently. The course covers modern tools, cloud platforms, and technologies used by leading companies. And by the end of the program, you will be ready to support data driven organizations and build a successful career in the fast growing field of data engineering. So that's it from my side. Over to you, Bizay.
Thank you, Samiksha ma'am. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your experience to all aspirant. Your explanation will definitely clear all the confusions of the aspirant and all the confusion of other participant in the house. So moving forward, we're having a great time. So moving forward, I will go to the another segment. So this is our. So I want to explain to all our aspirant and participants. So this is our client. This is our the partner that we work with. IMBM, Citizen Bank, Nobel Bank, as NIC Asia Bank, and so on. All our clients are clearly visible on the screen. So moving forward, so these are our supported partners: CSXT Association of Nepal, IMS College, Khopa College of Engineering. So these are our supported partner. This partner has supported us since very long period of time. So these are our supported partner. Moving forward, now I would love to. I'm honored to welcome all our alumni, all our. Let me clear you in simple word: all our ex-students who once said where you are today. who were student at one point of time. Right now they are full-time developer at Dlytica Nepal. So I would like to welcome on the panel Mr. Keshav Shrestha sir, Adi Sakya sir, Prasant Babu Thapa sir, Sandil sir to come on the panel and give their introduction in brief to the panel. Over to you, Keshav Shrestha sir.
Hello, am I
Hello,
audible to
sir.
you guys?
Yeah,
Good
you are
evening,
audible to
everyone.
us, sir.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Keshav Shrestha, and I'm working as a data scientist in Dlytica, Nepal. I started my journey in data field as data analyst. Over the time, during my career, short career, it was a short career. It was just an internship. I thought to myself, I can upscale my career because I wanted to solve problems. I want to see where the world was going on. It was an amazing experience for me getting to know the real world data. So it pushed me forward. While searching for a good source of information and education, I came across Dlytica Nepal, and it was an wonderful experience. The teachers were at the time were really great to me. They were excellent. They guided me through various steps and projects, even the personal projects, and helped me reach where I am today.
All right. So thank you,
I
Keshav
joined.
sir.
Okay,
You
you're
would like to
welcome.
continue on the panel, sir? Please continue, sir.
So I'll just add one more sentence.
Sure, sir, sure.
So having a robust foundation is the key to the career. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, no worries, sir. Over to Adit sir, who would like to join the panel, sir. Adit sir, am I audible?
Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Hello, sir.
Okay, so hello everyone. Good time of the day to wherever you are. Myself, Adi Sakya, and I'm currently working as a data engineer level 1 at Dlytica. And I joined up Dlytica as a fellow and was promoted and hired as a full-time employee. And it's been a wonderful journey with Dlytica, and it's filled with learning new concepts, collaborating with new everyone, and overall building my career here at Dlytica. Besides being a data engineer, I also work as a teaching assistant. And if you're from batch 13, you have probably seen me around taking your revision classes and answering your queries. So yeah, if you decide to join up at the academy side of Dlytica, you will probably run into me a lot. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me via LinkedIn as well at Odisaka, and I'll be very glad to help you out in your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Adit sir. Over to you, Prasant Thapa sir. Would like to join on the panel?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Prasant Babu Thapa, and I'm currently working here as an associate data engineer for like 8 months, and I'm currently working at DLytica. I have also joined DLytica Academy. Working environment is very supportive here, and in my role, I work on building a scalable pipeline and solving real problem. And for those who want to pursue their career in data, I would highly like to recommend DLytica Academy. That's it. And thank you. And I wish that um, all you have great learning journey here at Dlytica Academy. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sure. Over to you, Sandil sir. Sandil sir would like to join on the panel.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, sir.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Sandil Tandukar. I'm going to keep this session very practical and honest. I'm not here as someone who has seen everything in data world. I am here as someone who has recently gone through this transition, and I'm learning each and every day. So before joining Dlytica Academy, I actually started learning data engineering concepts from a friend, and he always used to stress that concepts are more important than learning tools. And then I started learning in Dlytica Academy, and Subhan sir. Actually, I'm a student of Subhan sir. And after the foundational course, it was my first interview at Dlytica, and I actually landed a job as a associate data engineer. And currently, I'm working as data engineer level 1, promoted to data engineer level 1, and working at Dlytica Academy has given me a lot of experience in such a short time. Um, uh, it has been a really wonderful journey till now, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap this very quickly.
So
So thank you,
thank
everyone.
you. So thank you, Sanjil sir. So to entire our alumni, to entire our access student, thank you so much for sharing your inspiring journey, your dedications, your growth from student to professionals and working in the IT domain. Your hard work, your guidance definitely will give a clear mindset to the data aspirant student to choose the correct right path to police their future in the better opportunity. So thank you so much, everyone. So moving ahead, I would like to move in our another segment. Uh, Ultimately, right now we are about to reach our final segment. It is like a interactive question and sessions segment. So all the students who are questioning, their queries since long period of time, all the academic coordinator, all the tutors who has holding their answers since 8 p.m. to till now can easily question their queries and easily can answer those questions from both sides, and you can do so by unmuting your mic or by leaving a question on the chat box. Please go ahead, all the students and all the tutors and all the academic coordinator and everyone in the panel in the house. Thank you. I once again encourage everyone to make this interactive session engaging. No question is small, no question is big. Every question will you give a clear mindset to making informed career decisions. So I encourage everyone in the panel, student, to ask the question to our tutors, our academic coordinator, and everyone present in the panel. Or they can simply leave the questions in the chat box.
Or somebody can turn on your mic and speak up as well. I mean, this is also an option here. So
yeah, definitely.
We want to see people interactive. Let's see.
It will be a engaging sessions.
Yeah.
So Narayan sir has raised there. Please go ahead, Narayan sir.
Yeah, there was a question in my head. As a data scientist, as well as enthusiast learner of data, I would like to ask all of you that if someone is starting from the beginning, what would you suggest him or her to do in the field of data science? And if there is the market of data entry for any company demanding data entry level of a job, and do you suggest him or her to do those kind of job or not?
Ashish sir would like to take that questions.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's my favorite question. So yeah, I mean, uh, to gain your career, first of all, like I said, if it's anything coming up on your way that is directed towards your goal of interest, engineering or science or anything, whatever it is around, just hit it, start the journey, just land into the process. Once you are into the process, then you are set. So on your question, if you get any something entry level items, don't worry about your current roles that you are running through. Don't worry about like you are the salary you are getting. Usually, in practice, we ever have joined the company as a very much fresher, as a entry level positions, they usually tend to increase their salary in next 3 months, or depending on company, but maybe within a year. So you will definitely have like better salaries over the time. So no job is no job is small or high. Just start with the process, get in align in a career. You'll be there for sure.
Okay, so that's a great answer, by the way. I think Narayan sir, your questions has been solved by Ashish sir. So moving forward, I want to ask one of our aspirant has leave the questions, and it will be, I think, relevant, relatable to the all the our alumni. Everyone alumni, present in the panel, please listen to these questions. What does the day-to-day work look like for a data engineer in Dlytica? How do you start your day, and what kind of work uh, problem have you faced during your work hour, and how did you solve it, sir? Kesab sir, Sandil sir, Prasant sir, Adi sir, will you please like to take these questions?
Yeah, I think
So I
actually,
think
actually,
all right.
I'll take over this. So, how we start is we generally sit up for like 15 minutes in the morning. We discuss, like, it's called DSM, right? We do daily stand-up meeting. So I think in each uh, organization it is done in ID sector, right? So we do DSM. We discuss what we are doing, what we did yesterday, and what are the blockers, right? And we end up that meeting, and what are the blockers, so that is discussed, right? And we technical team, we sit together and discuss on the blockers, and we try to find what is the issue that is causing the blockers, and we just simply delegate the tasks to individual data engineers or any other teams, and we simply um, sit together and find what's the possible solution, and if it's solved by within hours or within some time, then it will be a great work. If it doesn't, then we again tomorrow sit with the team and find out what's the real cause, and we try to solve it. If things doesn't work around with all the technical guys from the team, we do Stack Overflow. We go into the community. We ask for the community developers. We got into this issue, how we can solve it, and it's everything is over the internet, right? So if we get into some issues, we even go with the developers that are around the community. So that's how we are working with the issues and so on.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Sanjay sir would like to join these questions.
Yeah, I actually wanted to answer on this.
Please,
At
please go ahead, sir.
Dlytica,
Please go ahead.
working as a data engineer, at Dlytica, working as a data engineer, you expect to write a lot of codes, this and that. But not just that. The most of the time, it goes on communicating with other data engineers, understanding what they are doing as well, and pitching your ideas and uh, uh, listening to their ideas and what you can implement from their ideas. And such things goes unnoticed, but it really helps.
Yeah,
So, all
by the
right,
way,
sir.
communication is the key. You got to communicate with all the team members, because someone might crack it. So
Yeah.
it's all about, sometimes it's all about the brainstorming. It's all about the thinking capability of the team members. So
All right,
communication
sir.
is the key with the team member. Yeah.
All right, sir. We got your answer, and thank you for the answer. And as sir, I have some exciting question from other our aspirant as well. So I think this question is suitable for you, sir. I think you are the right individual to answer these questions. So why data field get in internship difficult compared to with other fields, sir? Company requirements add skills a lot. So what this question is asked by many experts in the chat box and in the daily life as well, sir. Why data field get internship difficult? Why it is very difficult to find an internship in the data field, sir, compared to other field, to other domain? So company adds so much skill requirement. So I think so. What is the remain? What might be the main reason behind it, sir?
Who said that? That's super easy. It's super easy, guys. No, it's not hard. So yeah, I mean, first of all, like I said earlier, the market in data and AI is limited. The companies who are really working into data and AI are limited. Let's say the majority of software companies, they might have limited number of people working in data and AI, or even in, let's say, industries, especially banks, telcos, and so on. Let's say insurance. So kind of industries that they have limited number of data and AI folks. It's just starting. It's just ramping up. That's why you see less number of vacancies or less number of positions in the market at the moment. um, it's demanding, like I said, but it's not just your problem. It's not just the job seeker problem. I'm repeating again. It's our, like, the employer are not finding the right candidate as well. So that's why the problem is not finding the right companies, or like not finding a lot of internship. It could be definitely because of the less vacancies in the market, but right now it's demanding. If you stand out yourself, there are many companies really looking for you. Like I said, it's not challenging. If you have skill sets, if you have properly portrayed in your resume, or if you properly can express yourself in the interview, that at least you have some tools, like different, like better knowledge in the tools, or better knowledge in expressing the project, then or you can showcase yourself and at least maybe solving a Python or SQL kind of solution problems. So we usually in the interview process, what we do is we bring the candidate. We do ask about few questions related to the resume or related to the job. It's a high level of questions, like some theoretical questions, could be some kind of experiences around the question, experience around the project that you have done, maybe a pet project or side project, and so on. It could be anything. We just ask you, what have you done in the project, and what is the challenging part? How did you solve it? And maybe we pick up some second follow-up questions, specifically, let's say, on inside the project. What did you do on that project? What tool did you use? What problem you face? And let's say if you face this kind of problem, how to solve this? So kind of like start drilling down you to the specifics of the projects or your tools that you have used. Also, the next, like usually on this last round, or usually on the more technical round, we test your ability to solve the problem. I mean, we don't ask you really big questions to make a like project or really finish the software within the short duration. We just ask you simple, how do you find the odd numbers out of this list of data? How do you find me the how do you find the largest number out of this list set, for example? We just want to test your skills in around how do you tackle the problem. And the way we see it, um, like how do you communicate, like while you are solving, before you start solving the problem, how do you express, or how do you think, or how do you like make up your mind and start solving the problem? And while you are solving the problem, like how do you express your problem to seniors? Let's say before you write a code, you say, oh, I want to try this way, this approach, let me write this, I'm thinking of this way. Maybe if you express something, the seniors will be able to help you. So that is one of the core skills that we see on you before hiring you, because tomorrow when you come to the company, eventually we need to hire, we need to train you. We need to train you. We need to like get ready for the project. To train you, you should be trainable. You should be communicative enough on your problems. You should be able to express your feelings or thought process, or especially the thought process. If you are able to express thought process, then yes, that's the right skill that we hire for. Yeah, I think I should. Yeah, that is the main thing. It should
So yeah,
be
I we
expressive.
got
Yeah.
your answer, sir. So we got answer, and I want to add one more question, sir. As a part of academy, I got these questions at the beginning while starting my day and at the end of the day. And this question has been offered to me multiple times. So since you are a founder and you are the CEO of the Dlytica, so it will be more authentic and it will be more trustworthy if you answer this question, sir. So can internship happen on site at Dlytica, sir?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's I mean, it doesn't matter if it's on site or remote, as long as if you are learning, if you are getting the exposure on your interest. So to answer questions, yes, there is for sure. I mean, definitely you can reach out to our guys and learn more about it. But to answer question, the internship can be either remote or physical. It doesn't matter. But eventually, it should align your interest, and you should be able to grasp what you are trying to achieve for.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. We got your answer. And Subhan, sir, I would like to join the panel. I know I like to ask one question, sir. How do people like me involved in the backend development related to field of data analytics, science or engineering, or how do I shift into the field of data from the backend development, sir? This is the one question that is asked by our aspirants. So Subhan, sir, would like to answer these questions. I will repeat the questions.
Yeah, no, I got a question. I think I've already answered that in the chat, but still, I'll give it a brief response. If you're already into
All right,
backend
sir.
development, that's like you already got the hang of working with engineering, like the core engineering principles. They remain the same. A lot of tools that we use also remain the same. So, uh, for example, Git control, sorry, version control, debugging systems, building systems, and thinking from this perspective of a system, not components or tools. So in that scenario, if you're into backend development, going straight into data engineering would be the most smoothest. All you have to do is brush up on your data skill sets, and whatever programming you are using, you would probably have to transition to Python, but that wouldn't be a lot of trouble. But let's say if you are into backend development, but if your mindset is more towards, business centric or all about insights and all of that stuff, then a transition to analytics makes more sense. When it comes to data science, that's still doable. I'm not saying it's a no-go. You can still do it, but you have to do a lot of heavy lifting there because you'll have to start from scratch. You're not per se building a system when you are working as a data scientist. You have to have a very curious mind, do a lot of experimentation, and those kind of things. And so, and as you go much more deeper into data science, you'll have to be pretty good with statistics for sure.
All right,
So
sir.
yeah.
All right. So I want to add a small question to this question as well. There has been another question asked by our aspirant. Do college dropout get the hire as a data engineer? So it's kind of tricky question to you, Subhan sir, but do college dropout can get hired as a data engineer?
Yeah. So I'll share a personal story. The company that
Yeah.
I'm working for right now, Definition Solutions, I was hired back in, I think, 2020, just when the first lockdown of COVID ended. I was hired there. And at that point in time, there was no department, or let's say no one working for data. So I was the first hire, and I was supposed to set up the data department there. And my first hire, not first, but my first batch of hire, I hired 3 people, and there was one guy who I hired. He had just finished his schooling, 10th school graduate student, and so I'm 40 years old. I've been in the data domain for 15 years. And I say this to everybody. I've been saying this for the past 5 years. I have not met, um, you know, a more technical guy like that to this date. It's unfortunate that he had to leave us, not because he was not a good fit for us. He left us because there were no, good projects for him to work, and he was more focused into. Now he is working in quantum computing. He is studying and he's working in quantum computing. So you can think he had the most beautiful mind, and his skill sets was like I asked him to make a component, he would finish the whole project by tomorrow. That was the kind of mentality and mindset and skill set he had. And he was just a 10th standard graduate. We had hired him for actually we had hired not hired him for full time because that would be illegal. He was not even 16 years old. He was basically doing internship at our company, and he was brilliant at it. And once he turned 16, we hired him legally and offered him a job, and he worked for us for about 1.5 years. And so yeah, you got to have the skill set, you've got to have the mindset, you got to have that hunger and drive. Your qualifications, um, I won't say it doesn't matter everywhere. You will come across companies or situations where qualifications will matter, but at the right time, right point, right opportunity, uh, people will probably overlook your qualifications if you have that skill set that they want and need. And
So, all
to
right,
add
sir.
to that, and finally to add to that, uh, like Ashish ji said, um, we lack people. The core idea behind Dlytica Academy was that we lack the right people at the right place, and we want to be able to, serve ourselves as well as the Nepalese IT community with the right people. So you can see we lack right people with the right skill set. So if you have the right skill set already, without joining Dlytica Academy, or you're more than welcome to join us.
So you mean to say it's all about curiosity and it's all about pure intention, right, sir? To learn the
Yes.
new skills.
Yes.
So what's your saying on this, Ashish, sir?
I cannot agree more than 100%.
All right.
But definitely. I mean, yeah. I mean, as long as if you have a willingness to learn and you are directed again, I'm repeating again. Be focused. If you are directed, and if you start somewhere, at least start somewhere today. That's I want to say one statement. Start today, not tomorrow. Start
All
today
right.
to start reading, start engaging in a project, start the training, start the internship, start hunting for the projects, start improving your resume. Whatever you want to do, it start today. That's it.
The time is very precious, sir. So, Ashish sir, I want to add another question to you, sir. This is question asked by Rajan Shrestha, sir. Which role have been more consistent long-term demand, sir? Pure data analytic role or domain-focused role like operation or supply chain analytics, sir? So this question is asked by our aspirant Rajan Shrestha. I will repeat the questions if needed, sir. Which roles have more consistent long-term demand? Pure data analytic role or domain-focused role like operation or supply chain analytics, sir?
Let me take on that. So domain specific versus generic roles. I used to work in IT company initially. I used to involve in different kind of industry verticals of customers. So depending on what kind of company you are involved in, like you have to tackle to the different segment of customers, right? So usually, eventually, companies are solving the business problems. So eventually, it's connected here and there, the domain and the business. So you should always have a learning attitude to learn about that business. How is it operating? How is it working? How is it solving the customer problem? How can my product that I'm working on is really contributing eventually on the business segment? I mean, like you have to try to connect the dot and try to understand how it's impacting. So yes, always there are two sides of solving the problem. One, you are always like having a headache of how to make the program runnable, how to make less failures in the pipeline, how to make that model more accurate and so on. But other side of thing is about like, is it really solving like what I'm really solving the puzzle? So am I really making any sense in the project? Or so if you try to understand, then you become kind of like you try to groom yourself beyond that. You try to contribute to the project beyond that, and ultimately you try to solve the customer problem. So to answer a question, to be specific, don't if you are just starting your career right now, don't worry about starting the right domain at the moment. Get into the analytics field. Somebody was asking about data analytics. So if you're asking about the data analytics, no worries about the specifics right at the moment. Start the domain. You'll know the tools, you'll know the practice, you'll know the foundations of the skill, foundation of the things. So once you know the foundation, specializing in one domain is just matter of time. And even during a career journey, you could be working sometime with the banks, you could be working with the supply chain, you could be sometime working with the customer service, like it could be operational efficiency department, or even the risk department. It could be anywhere. So you'll be specializing. Eventually the foundation and the tools is same. You are just playing around with the business process, and the models and the tools could be, data could be different, but eventually the process foundation is exactly the same.
All right, sir.
So
all right.
yeah, in long term, somebody was so question was, I think, which one is long-term consistent and long-term demand? To answer questions, it could be both, no
All
matter
right,
what.
sir.
If you are, yeah, to answer, yeah.
All right, sir. I got you. We got your answer, sir. I think Rajan Shrestha sir also got his dilemma. So everyone present in the panel, every students, every aspirant, do we have any other confusion, sir? Do you have any other dilemma? We have our industry expert. We are our CEO itself in the panel. So it is the best time to clear all your dilemma, all your confusions as soon as possible. So I insist, I encourage everyone, every student, every aspirant to ask their questions by unmuting their mic or by leaving the message on the chat box. All right, so we kind of reached to our end of our sessions. As I conclude today, a career guidance session, has been inspiring to see all the curiosity, question, and enthusiasm of each and every student, each and every data aspirant. Today was not just about data classes, data analytics, or data engineering. It's about understanding your strength, exploring opportunity, and preparing for the future driven by the data and AI. On the behalf of entire Dlytica, I extend a heartfelt thank you to our student, our participant, our mentors, our leadership team, organizing and support team, and a special thank to our CEO and founder Ashish Parajuli sir for taking his time out from his busy schedule and spending time with us, and our Subham sir for taking his time as well from his busy schedule and spending time with us. At Dlytica, we believe the right guidance at the right time can save a career. Keep learning, stay curious, choose the right path that align with your passion. Thank you for being the part of Career Guidance Session 2025, 19th December. With that, I officially conclude today's session, wishing a great success ahead. Thank you from Vijay Raul, Academic Coordinator side. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.